Welcome to Benefits of Business. This is episode number 4. We got Rylan and we got
Cameron.
Bam. All right, today's episode, guys, we are talking about, with everything going on today, how do you thrive in business? That's the biggest thing.
It's a great topic.
It's a great topic. I think now more than ever, it is something that we need to really dive into because all the craziness of the change of the world overnight.
Right?
Literally.
Absolutely.
Everything's closed. Lock up your kids, your wives, hide your daughters, hide your wives. All right, so number 1, thinking about the midterm gains in terms of like blogging, video content, podcasting, maybe reaching out to your current clients, kind of grooming them, making sure they're doing good, or even like, hey, we've been doing amazing for you. Give us more referrals,
Absolutely. I think those are all really good things to start doing. I feel like a lot of companies have felt with all these major changes going on that you don't do anything, or maybe you hold back on certain things, you stop working here, and I feel like that's the complete opposite. You need to start making sure you're doing little things, like I said, like the blogging for sure, having new content on your website, posting about new things that you guys are doing, potential keywords that are ranking better so you can start ranking for stuff. That's huge. I mean, doing the videos so you're knowing that, hey, you're still out in the world, you're still alive.
Everyone's closing up shop, so it's like, I don't know who's still open, who's not.
I don't.
No idea. Like, you have to call, even to get food. I call every place and, hey, coronavirus, are you guys open?
That sounds so depressing.
It is depressing,
No, absolutely. But you definitely want to just not stop there. I know the other day, for instance, like me and you went to Panda and they're doing a thing because they want more business. Instead of for their family deals like normally $40, it was $20. It's just like those are good things and promotions to keep going, right? They're not just stopping at, well, this is happening, we can't sell food. Well, they still got to sell food, so they got to do it in different ways, like pick up orders and drive-throughs. So.
And you signed, you told me you don't even like Panda that much, but you went there just because it was a steal deal.
Right, I was like, why not?
All right, promote away.
Right.
So, anything else to add to that? Or?
Yeah, you were saying another thing is just, you were saying the podcast, the content, reaching out to your...
current clients.
Yeah, your current clients. I feel like that's something we did as well, like reaching out to our clients and be like, hey, we know that this is a time. Is there anything we can help you with? What can we do more? How can we make you feel more secure about what's going on? And we did that with a few of our clients, and they're feeling great about it because they're like, I'm glad that you guys reached out to us. I'm appreciative of what you guys have done. I'm still with you guys, And then they gave us a few referrals, and then we could take it from there. I think some companies aren't even doing that.
Right. They're just so panicking on what's going on with like the shitstorm, right? That's
right.
That's just
that's the best way to put it.
Blunt. Yeah, that's it. And it's crazy, man. Like every business is like I talked to a guy that was a business owner, and he does like home loans or whatever, and he was just like, yeah, so our business is like $5 million worth, whatever. Best case, we lose 1.5 million, and worst case, we lose all 5 million. So it's just nuts to like
not know.
Yeah. So you got to do something and just be ahead of the game in terms of like adaptability. Everything's changing. No matter,
absolutely. I agree.
What.
Great word.
Yeah, absolutely. So next one is staying up to date on your own branding and marketing, because a lot of people on their websites, man, you even go to the bottom of websites, and that's our kind of forte is marketing websites. So we notice these things heavily, you'd say, right?
Right.
So you go to the bottom of websites, it still says 2019. It's still, that just shows you that they're probably not updating their stuff. Google looks at indexes every like 30 to 40 days roughly. So when you don't update your stuff, you're no longer, and what I mean by that is like content or like even videos. It's really heavy on video content nowadays as being, you go search something in and YouTube kind of pops up because Google owns YouTube, right?
Right.
So it pops up on the first few options sometimes. So it's really just keeping up to date on those types of things.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think some people are like, we might have to cut a few people, but they're not really thinking about what's still going on. There's still people going to their website. You can't say everything stopped. The internet's still working, right? People are still putting articles out there. People are still doing videos. And
that TikTok game.
Right? You notice there's an increase in tons of different things. So you can't just be like, all these things are happening and not keep up to date on what you're doing. Like you said, you saw one, I think it was like 2016 even, hasn't updated since. And it's like, well, that's interesting.
They must be crushing that word of mouth to not care. But that's the other thing is, even if you are crushing word of mouth, you're missing a ton of business by not being online and being... You probably are online. You have a website. You have social media.
Right.
but who's posting, who's doing reposts of other people's stuff, outreach to other people's stuff, so that you're actually in the community and different things like that.
Right,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
And that's what we're trying to do and trying to accomplish. And I feel like other people are just not. They're just stopped.
Right.
Came to a halt.
Right. And I'll kind of just add in, this is one of our next ones, but like staying up to date, this goes like coexist with the last one, is staying up to date with connections. And actually, I want to highlight this, actually being genuine, because man, you know how many people on LinkedIn, that's the main business one, right? How many people on LinkedIn reach out, but it's just, dude, if there's like any sort of message that looks long and it's boring and it looks like they're trying to sell me something, I just stop reading it.
Right.
Like, and imagine if you're like a CEO of a 20-year-old company, like it's what we're experiencing times 100, because it's just time, obviously gave them more connections, so there's more
Absolutely.
people reaching out, whatever. So a lot of these people, like I know you just spoke to someone that was like,
Yeah.
screw that, I'm not even gonna, these people that are cold calling me and talking to me, especially in this time of Mr. Corona, all the stuff, it's crazy.
Exactly. Like I had somebody post exactly that same thing. Yeah, it was just like, I'm frustrated with these people. They're not genuine. They're not being understanding to what's going on. But then also I reached out to somebody who was extremely nice, fantastic person. He's like, hey, I'll send you my book. And he was just like, I'm glad you reached out. And I was like, and he's like, what do you want? And I was like, nothing. He's
Right,
like,
it's because you're genuine.
Right. I was like, I don't need anything from you. I just want to talk through my business. I want to talk about potential things I could be doing. What are some things? And he gave me some tips and tricks. And that's all I wanted, is just somebody to keep connected with. And I think that's what we're talking about. Is like even old friends, old coworkers, old bosses. Like those all connections are really good to keep right now. Hey, how's everything going? It's not to deal with anything. I know that I reached out to an old friend and I was like, how's life? And that was the most meaningful thing for him. He's like, you didn't ask me, I need you to do this, or I need you to do that. Because, like, everyone needs stuff right now. I need this, I need this, I need it. Can you do this for me? Can you? It's
Right.
like, when you don't have that mentality of, I need stuff from you, and you're just like, I want to know everything's okay, or I want to know if this can help me, or how can I help myself in this areas.
Right.
You're self-improving yourself, not trying to self-improve your business to make millions of dollars.
Right.
Completely different mindset.
No, absolutely, I agree. That's like a good one. And a lot of people, they just like get caught up in me, and I'm guilty of this too. We all are, right?
Absolutely.
But just getting caught up in your own life and your own what you, and like you said, everyone's trying to survive right now. Everyone's buying 1 million toilet paper rolls, whatever.
they need.
Hey, I just went to Smith's yesterday, and they had all the water that you could ever
Hey,
want.
don't tell them what address it is,
Oh,
though.
yeah. Don't go to my Smith's. No, but that's kind of something that just kind of wraps up that one. I mean, unless you have anything else to say on that. I mean, that's pretty...
No,
that's
I think
ahead.
it's going, again, through all these things. I think businesses are looking at potential ways to do cuts, and they're not looking potential ways to stay afloat.
Right.
And I think that's the big thing as we're consultants, right? And going back into like what we do on the daily, it's not how can we cut things, it's how do we optimize things in times of different.
Dude, that's a big thing. Every company, like all these posts and stuff are like thousands of employees laid off. Because like, I mean, I know companies that went from 80 to 12 people. Like,
Right.
Dude, overnight.
And that's crazy.
And that's another reason, like, I hate working for someone else. Like, if you have a boss that's a CEO or whatever, I don't care if you've been there for 12 minutes or 12 years, at any point,
disposable.
dude, you never know. Like,
I
yeah,
understand.
okay, you make your 100K if you're lucky. Most of you don't, right? But you make your 100K or whatever you make. Most people make like, maybe 60, probably, right? Depending on your job. But my point is that you are disposable. And even if you make that money and save and whatever, time is the most valuable thing we have. So what if you put in all that time, 10 years in, boom, you're fired.
Right.
Holy crap. Like, I would rather make a minuscule amount of money for 10 years doing my own business and my own venture.
And knowing it's me. I put in the effort. And I think that's what, the whole topic of benefits of business.
Right.
These are different things to better help you for it. So yeah.
Right. No, that's perfect. All right, last one, guys, is always staying up to date with R&D. This is super important because things are always changing, clearly. And you never know. You like that? Dude, that's from something. I don't even know. Anyway. But things are always changing. So, like, Cam's really great at this. He always is researching the next topic, the next thing that we need to improve on, what Google's changing, anything that we need to kind of just keep innovating on and keep up to date with, right?
Absolutely, and I feel like if you're not sitting there in times of crazy or in times of everything's going perfect, if you're not changing, adapting, like we were using that word earlier, adaptability, and making sure that we are getting to where we need to go or where we want to be for our goals, I mean, I think you're failing, because if I'm not sitting here looking up people and what they're doing, looking up companies and what they're doing, reaching out to people, asking what made you successful, listening to other people's podcasts, it's like I'm not taking in all this information just for nothing. I'm taking it to be like, okay, what do we need to do? What's the next thing that we can be one step ahead of somebody? How can we get our next speaking gig and things like that? So I think, again, if you're not doing research and development and you're just not doing any of the things we stated today, we're failing.
Fuzzing out.
For
Dude,
sure.
also though, people's story, like every business owner or executive or anyone really that you reach out to, it's like a lot of the times we reach out and like, hey, how did you get to the role that you're in now and why are you there? And every single person, I don't care if it's the same company, same
Completely
role,
different.
all of them are different stories. So it's
100%.
cool to like, I mean, we like meeting with people over lunch or coffee or whatever and saying, tell us about you, tell us about how you got here, whatever, and then how we could help you the best. You know what I mean?
Right, people are confused with that sometimes.
Right. Because everyone's greedy, right?
Yeah.
Everyone wants something. Well, that's all we got today, guys. We appreciate you guys. Hit subscribe, and thanks for joining us on Benefits of Business. Bam.